Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I speak in favour of sending this bill to Select Committee to ensure that in the fullness of time those more expert in the history of this property can bring that out, because I know it could be a local concern. But I want to offer some of my own childhood recollections. We used to live on Boundary Road when I was a child, and often we'd walk our dog down to Parana Park. It was rightly said that this was a children's playground, and there were really two places in my family that you went in Hamilton as a child, or you took your children. One was Hamilton Lake, which had a part of a walkway around there, and the other one was Parana Park. And mainly, I suspect, for my mother and father, in summer you were able to swim in the little paddle pool there without too much problem. But I have been there recently, just last summer in fact, with my grandson, and we took him there, and he enjoyed that area. And Sue was right to say that a lot of early childhood centres do go there, because it's a small and confined space. I'd have to say that children that go to that particular park are probably no older than 8, because of the nature of the small playground. It's a very confined space, and the small little paddle pool that you can use there. So I'm sure that the benefits of retaining this as a children's playground will not be lost, and this is just the transfer of the management and future management of the playground. Mr Speaker, I want to comment on some of the remarks raised by members with regards to its history. It is indeed true that there is a post-Raupatu history of Parana Park. Indeed, it wouldn't be owned by George Parr had it not have been for the confiscations within Waikato. But the Hamilton City is very rich of history, and if anyone wants to find out all the different Parr sites along that area, there's a well-indexed history at Waikato Museum, of which Ngāti Wairere and Wiremu in particular contributed to. And it was really a means of, within the city, trying to ensure that those special places and the pre-Raupatu history of Hamilton City would be retained. And in the fullness of time, through the Select Committee process, it may well be a case put by community members, by Māori members, to have both those historical accounts sitting and coexisting with the Parana Park story. Indeed, the gift by George Parr and later on to ensure that this land would be retained for the city and for the benefit of all citizens within Hamilton is a great gift to all members of the community, and it should stay as such. The little house there is a really nice little house, and in summer you see the full beauty of Parana Park. I am concerned because there is an encroachment to the north of Parana Park, where we are seeing more developments along Poya Ave, and more apartments being put up, and there are actually council housing down that area, and I would hate to see, I guess in time, if Hamilton City chooses to redesignate special characteristics of that whole area, be as a result of the changing profile, changing residential profile of Opoia Road, which is just abutting Parana Park. The Select Committee process will be an important one. It is an opportunity for those who have concerns about the future management and classifications of this particular reserve to put their issues in to the Select Committee so that they can be heard by Select Committee members. Not all Hamilton members will be on that particular Select Committee, but I'm sure anyone who has an interest in Hamilton will know that any reserve around our city would be fiercely protected by many of the citizens there, and that's really important. The other part about the Select Committee process is that the Hamilton City Council itself may, in its submission, and I would hope that it did, set out its future management for that particular reserve. So I support it being heard at the Select Committee and then coming back to the House. I'm not sure whether there will be a number of amendments to the bill, but it is an opportunity for perhaps for the Hamilton City Council to consider its future management. It could have a member on the management committee of reserves in Hamilton, and if that is a strong enough wish, well, that should be an issue that should be put to the Select Committee. Lastly, the fondest memory I had at Parana Park was it was the first slide that I slid down as a child. Kia ora koutou.